and welcome to Yardley, Pennsylvania.
Talladega to do a little racing, about 500 miles. My thoughts of embracing, speed around the old Deacon Junior and sending home.
All right, kicking it up a notch in the fast lane.
Feel the need for speed.
The need for speed, and they got a big race this weekend.
Yes,
coming
Daytona
up.
500.
How about
this is
that?
our Super Bowl.
Yes.
That it is, and it's got all the headliners in there
Eagles
too.
car going
Is
to
it?
run.
I
Yeah.
didn't see that.
Yep. I saw that there some of these cars going to be painted up with Eagles colors, I believe.
Nice.
Yep.
Nice.
So they won the Super Bowl. They get a car in the Daytona 500,
Yeah.
and the offensive coordinator's in New Orleans.
Yeah. Oh, well.
Yeah, the
We'll get another one.
the Daytona didn't it be run in July? I could.
That's the
No, they have
Firecracker
two of them.
400.
The two, 1 and 2.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
run twice. You have the Daytona 500, then you have the Firecracker in July.
400.
Or
Yep.
400 in.
Yep.
That's right. Okay.
It's got to be Earl.
What do we got?
All right, I think we got Earl the Pearl, I believe. With us.
Absolutely.
That's it, Jim. Hey, good morning, Jim. Good morning, Fred. Good
How's it
morning,
going?
Nick.
Morning, Earl.
All right. So we have the triple header this morning, huh?
Oh,
Absolutely.
Yeah, Nick,
All
Nick
right.
got rained out of
All
work
right.
again.
Hey, great
Let it
show
rain
last
here
night.
and not at the racetrack. That's fine with me.
So, well, it doesn't matter because the racing next week is indoors.
Yeah, so it can rain all at once.
Yeah,
Thank
rain
you.
all at once next week. We'll
Yes,
be inside.
indeed. Yeah, it's going to be a great show in Trenton.
It sure
Your
is.
Insurance Arena.
Yep.
Friday and Saturday, 21st and 22nd. Come on out and enjoy the racing. Dirt track racing indoors.
So that is Friday and Saturday, Earl?
Yes.
Friday and
yes.
Saturday. And it's actually after hours, so it's not like you're losing time during the day. I think it starts at 7 on Friday.
Yes. Yes.
7 on Friday. How about Saturday?
Same thing.
Say 7? Okay.
Yes.
Well,
So-
we'll be there wide open Wednesday, so we'll be doing
Excellent.
interviews, and hopefully we can get a table over there and talk to some people. So we'll have to talk to the powers that be.
Yeah, we want to put a table in the mezzanine, Earl. What do you think?
I think that sounds very good. We'll talk to Davey Sammons more about that.
Okay,
because
cool.
He handles the logistics on that side. So yeah, we'll discuss all that. Absolutely.
Yeah, I tagged Davey in in my Facebook post this morning saying that we were going to talk about the Trenton race today. So hopefully he's
very good.
listening and gets on board with us with the table and all. And we look forward to having a great weekend next weekend over there.
Excellent.
So what can people expect at the indoor race over there that I might not know?
Well, basically on Friday night, it's an interesting format the way it's set up. Again, the cars that will be racing are the 600cc dirt micro sprints. They race throughout the country. Folks in this area are very familiar with them running on Friday nights at Bridgeport, the Bridgeport track, the inner track at Bridgeport, and of course the tracks such as the Kutztown Action Track on Wednesday nights, and a lot of micro sprint racing takes place in eastern Pennsylvania. Tracks like Lanco, Clyde Martin Memorial Speedway, for example. So, you'll have all the regular micro sprint drivers, all the top competitors, plus a lot of invaders, like Billy Pouch Jr. He competes every year at the Trenton Indoor Race. Matter of fact, he'll be driving, I believe, last year he raced for Dave Bodine. You may remember Dave.
I remember
raced
Dave,
at
yeah.
Flemington years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And Dave now has a micro sprint that he's fielded for the last several years, and Billy Pouch drove his car last year. Steven Snyder Jr., who's been an outstanding micro sprint driver over the last several years that he's won. Last year he won a lot of big money micro sprint events. He also has been getting into sprint car racing. Steven Snyder, he'll be competing at Trenton next week. Of course, Briggs Danner, who finished third in the indoor series points, the concrete series as we call it, between Allentown, Pennsylvania and Atlantic City. Yes, Briggs Danner had 3 podium finishes. He was third on opening night at Allentown in the feature, and on Saturday night he had mechanical problems, was not able to finish the feature, but then he had back-to-back third-place finishes at Boardwalk Hall, and he ended up third in the standings. Briggs will be heading over to Trenton next week. He'll be competing on dirt, so look forward to seeing him there.
Cool.
The basic format for the Trenton race weekend on Friday night. And by the way, we have close to 90 entries for this race next weekend. The drivers are going to time trial, and then they'll have qualifying races, qualifying heats, and a 25-lap, we call it the preliminary night A-main. And the way that works, the top 5 finishers in the A-main, and then the next 5 drivers who accumulated the most passing points throughout the night, they'll be locked into the 40-lap feature on Saturday night. And a driver that's already locked in is Scott Kruder, a very fine driver from New York State, races TQ midgets, micro sprints, and sprint cars. At the Atlantic City race weekend, although the race was held on, of course, the concrete oval, we also had the dirt track micro sprints racing there in a special feature event. And Scott Kruder won that race, and one of the bonuses for the driver who won that race was to be locked into the feature event at Trenton next weekend. So Scott Kruder already is locked into the main event for Saturday. Now on Saturday night, it's kind of like a mini Chili Bowl idea. The drivers who did not qualify on Friday, they go into what we call alphabet soup. They start competing in the E, D, C, and B mains to advance their way into the A main. So you may recall 2020, which of course the race held just before the COVID situation. In the 2020 Trenton Indoor Race, a driver named John Keller, who races at tracks like Little Bridgeport, and a very fine micro sprint driver. You may recall that he had problems on Friday night back in 2020. He actually started going through the alphabet soup on Saturday and made it through all of the alphabet mains, started last in the A main, and won the feature.
Yes.
And last year, one of our invaders, so we have a lot of drivers out of different divisions who compete at Trenton, Anthony Prego, outstanding dirt modified driver. He invaded last year at the Trenton Indoor Race, and Anthony actually qualified out of the B main last year, started 11th in the A main, and won that. So it's very exciting. It's something that, there's not a given at all in the micro sprint racing indoors. So we look forward to seeing you guys there as well.
We'll be there, and I'm hoping a lot of our listeners and a lot of my friends will be out there because
it's close to home.
Yeah, it's close to home.
Yes, yeah.
And it's indoors, so you don't have to freeze.
And I tell you, that's a beautiful arena, and it's very easy to get to. And again, we always say it's right off of the 195, 295 area, right near the heart of the capital city of Trenton. And it's only a short distance from the area auto racing news headquarters.
Yep, right down the street on Broad Street.
It's literally right off of Broad Street, yes.
And there's not a bad seat in the house.
And what I want to know is, and check with Davey on this, there will be pork roll there, right?
No.
Now, that I'm not sure of.
No pork rolls.
Guarantee that.
I mean, it's Trenton. You got to have pork roll. I was a season ticket holder for the Trenton Terror, which is the lacrosse. They had only lasted a year or so. I went over there. I'm like, I'm going to get a pork roll sandwich because they had no pork roll. I'm like, how can you not be in Trenton and not have a pork roll?
It's an outrage.
It was blasphemy.
That's a crime. Come on, Earl.
So I'm gonna, if they don't have pork roll, I'm bringing my own in.
Oh, there you go.
Well, tailgate and have pork roll outside in the parking lot.
We'll all meet at the Flying Pig down in Bordentown because that's a fantastic restaurant. They got a great Trenton burger down there.
Okay, no problem. We can do that.
I'll tell you a story. One of our very fine area auto racing news photographers from Connecticut, his name is Cliff Moon, and he covers the asphalt modified circuit for us up in New England, tracks like Stafford Springs, Waterford Speed Bowl, Thompson, and been a longtime staff member of the paper. And one of his traditions, he always comes down to help cover the indoor race at Atlantic City every year for us. And again, a very fine photographer. What Cliff does is he takes the train down from Connecticut and takes the train right into Atlantic City for the race weekend. And he says one of the reasons he comes down is not just to cover the races at Atlantic City, but also get the famous New Jersey pork roll. That's one of his traditions. As soon as he gets there, he finds a place that has pork roll. So there you go.
Yeah, that's it. I'm on the pork roll hunt.
Well, we started a tradition at New Egypt because Jim Mitch worked at the pork roll place in Trenton. He worked there forever, and we were giving rolls of pork roll away to fans, the big rolls away. So if you put your name in a hat, and we drew your name, you got to take pork roll home with you. That was the most popular prize to win at New Egypt, was the pork roll. So yeah, it's pretty popular. The further north you go, they call it Taylor ham, but it's pork roll.
It's pork roll. So my dad actually comes out when he's out here. He picks up like logs and logs of it, takes it back because he can't get it in Ohio. Sometimes I'll send it out to him, but if you come for the races, come for the pork roll. Just come on out to Cure
We'll
Arena.
be cooking some up before we go, Fred, and we'll just take it and put it in our cooler.
There we go. Just as a backup.
Earl, keep that to yourself.
Okay.
So what are you guys eating? Pork roll? Nothing.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
Nothing. Bologna, fried bologna.
So,
There's something else I want to mention, too, about the Trenton race weekend. And again, with 90 competitors, out there, trying to get into the Ultimate A-Main on Saturday, it's very, very competitive. It's very intense. And there's some good money, big money to be won. Friday nights, A-Main, again, that's at 25 laps on Friday night. It's going to pay a minimum of $1,000 to win. But the Salmons family has also developed something called the Get Dirty program. And the way this works, prior to the Friday night feature, the drivers get to select their starting spot and a potential winning share, because they add $250 for each position further back. So let's say a driver chooses second place. That could earn them a $250 bonus. But if you start ninth, if they pick ninth and win, they could get $2,250 as a bonus. And there's a unique sponsorship program that has also been developed for this race under that Get Dirty banner. For a $250 sponsorship, this is like a business or an individual even, if they want to get involved. For a $250 sponsorship, an individual or a company or regular business can have their name associated with one of the top 10 starting positions in Friday's feature. Now, in return, they get 20 tickets to Friday's event and a banner displayed around the raceway throughout the weekend. And actually, their name will be in the program magazine as well, and they'll be announced over the public address system. So it's a neat way to get involved in the Trenton race weekend. So a lot going on for everybody.
I think you're going to have to call me off.
I think Joey Payne and Kimmy Payne applied for that, didn't they, Earl? I think they're involved.
I remember Joe talked about that. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Remember he talked about that when he was on the show a few weeks ago.
Yep.
I think I'll be contacting you off air.
Oh boy. See, there you go, Earl. You just tickled his fancy real quick.
There you go. I'll get 20.
Yeah, I'll give you the contact information. It's actually Danny Salmons, who's the business manager of it. He handles all the advertising and marketing for Area Auto Racing News, and of course handles everything for the indoor races as well. So off air I can give you Danny's contact information.
Yeah, send me that info, because I'm going to probably.
Actually, I'll tell you right now. I'll put it over there if that's okay for anybody else who's interested.
Yeah, absolutely.
You can reach Danny at the Area Auto Racing News office. I'll give you his email, which is Danny, DANNY, at AARN.com. Again, it's Danny, DANNY, at AARN for Area Auto Racing News, AARN.com. And again, that's Danny Salmons. So any businesses, individuals, that are listening would like to get involved next weekend, just shoot Danny an email and he'll give you all the information.
No, I'm in. I'm going to email him, because I'm not coming up those steps again over there. That's like climbing a ladder. I was up there just before motorsports, and it was like
the Mount Everest 200. Right?
I'm like, how the hell do we get up these steps?
You saw me at the motorsports show. How much running around I did, right? I'm in good shape. That's because I climb those stairs all the time.
There you go.
Absolutely.
Maybe I should. That's going to be my workout. Just come over and visit you guys. And just keep going
treadmill.
up and down.
Buy a treadmill.
Yes, that keeps us in shape at the office there.
Yeah. All right, cool, Earl. We'll be talking off air, and what are you doing?
I'll put his email down.
Okay. put down Danny's email. So we'll be talking off air, and I'm really looking forward to being a part of next week's festivities and event, and hopefully everybody else gets excited about it too. I'm gonna keep putting it out there, and we'll get as many people as we can because it's a fantastic thing.
Okay.
So, all right, cool.
Good.
All right,
All right. Well, everybody be safe with the weather.
Yep.
It's a little bit of a challenge here in the winter time, but everybody stay safe, and let's look forward to a great racing weekend, 21st and 22nd in Trenton.
Earl, give me Danny's email again one more time.
Sure, I will definitely say it here. Okay, ready? It's Danny, DANNY, at AARN.com.
There we go.
We got it. Thanks,
all right,
Earl.
thanks, Earl.
Thank you, Earl.
Okay, take care, guys.
Yeah,
We'll see you. Bye.
There you go.
All right, we got it. So that's a good deal.
Yeah.
We should
20 tickets plus
20
a banner.
tickets?
And,
we should get music for you call me Speedo, they call me Mr. Earl. Would be a nice little ditty for him there. Boy, is he informed. He's on top of everything.
No, he's
he's
the
been
man.
like
Fred,
that
huh?
forever.
He's
I mean,
the man.
forever.
And
He's been like that forever. He knows.
He seems so organized, too.
Yep.
I wish we
He's
were
been
like
around
that.
the sport forever.
All right.
Yeah,
But it sounds like a great event. I'm going to get the tickets and
he's well respected.
Then
Trying
all
to
your
get-
friends can come.
get some customers there. Trying to get
Yep.
some excitement going
Yeah.
for the
Yep.
customers, and it becomes an
And
advertisement
the next
for
Wednesday, we
Fletcher's
can,
Garage
we
and Wide
can
Open Wednesday.
say, you know, we,
Brought to
Yeah,
you by
that'd be
Fletcher's
great.
Garage and Wide Open Wednesday.
Wow.
yeah, that'd
So,
be awesome.
Yeah, so we're gonna have a good time.
No boy.
Oh yeah, as long as we have the pork roll.
How are we looking on the Daytona 500? Is there somebody favored? It's not like horse racing where you
I
can
didn't-
bet on it or do anything.
I
but
would think the usual suspects, right?
Yeah.
The
Yeah, I'm
Hendrick
gonna say
cars,
probably
the Gibbs
Chase Elliott,
cars. you
Kyle
know,
Larson's always in the
Kyle
mix up there.
Larson. And now they're saying on the internet he may drive a modified on Friday night because Stuart Friesen's going to drive his truck.
Okay.
He may be driving Friesen's car. It's just all speculation, but I would love to see him in a modified.
Oh yeah.
He's never been in a dirt modified, I don't think, but I would love to see Larson in a dirt modified.
See what he does in a dirt sprint.
I'd love to see him in a dirt modified either at Bridgeport or New Egypt. But
Yeah.
they even televised the
Well, I've seen
practice.
Stuart run New Egypt a couple of times, I think, before I didn't even realize it was.
Fred,
Stuart won a few races in a dirt modified
Yeah.
when he drove a silicone car.
Do you ever watch the practice rounds where they sometimes televise those? Is that
Yes.
worth anything?
Nick watches more.
You
I
did?
just signed up for Flow Racing,
Okay.
so I've
I mean,
been
the practice
watching some
rounds for
stuff.
Daytona are cool because the guys are trying to get the best out of their cars to
Yeah.
get them ready for qualifying. Daytona, is Daytona. You always
Yeah.
wait for the big one to happen.
Yeah.
You got to try and stay out. It's one of them races where you wait
and
for
then
the last
bingo,
20
yeah.
laps.
Yeah.
So I think we got a caller.
Yeah, so
All right.
so I watch them sometimes, but now that I just got Flow, I watch all the modifieds and
Yeah.
and running.
Overflow.
Overflow.
All right, we're back on the line. You're up with Fred. Go ahead.
Hey, Fred and Nitro, how you doing?
Hey,
We're good.
I know who this is.
I know who this is.
Tell by
got
the
a,
voice.
he's got a good name.
You can't hide, Nick.
Daryl Waltrip.
He's got a good name.
No, it's the legendary Nick Marco.
Oh,
Hey,
Marco Polo. Marco.
You haven't heard that before, have you, Nick?
No, he's heard that his whole life, probably.
I heard that one time.
One time. You just heard it just now. See, I started it. What's up, Nick? How are you, buddy?
Pretty good, hanging in there. I watched qualifying last night. Ford's going to be pretty dominant in Daytona.
Oh,
For
yeah.
now.
So,
Yeah.
well, 4 of the top 5 are Ford speed-wise, but a Toyota took the pole. So,
Yeah, I think you had some longevity you have to worry
There in
about.
Austin Cindric. So,
Yeah, it's,
Smoke and
But anyway,
mirrors, Nick. Smoke and mirrors.
the Ford's. I mean, I'm not inclined for one or the other or whatever, but more for the driver than the manufacturer. But
When he changed
Ford's
the cars
usually
around,
don't-
I got uninterested.
Yeah.
The numbers in the front, and they're getting more like Indy every day. And I have a couple of real good contacts that work down there, and they're getting more like Indy all the time. One lug now. Why don't you just put a big wing on the back and make them Indy cars? And, I mean, come on, man.
that's for the Cup side, not for the junior version. But
Yeah.
anyway,
Yeah,
with,
but I mean, Bowman Gray, when they went back to their roots, that was the best race I've seen in NASCAR in a long time. Surprised me.
that was a good.
It was good. It was really good.
Yeah.
Go back to your roots. Now they're going to have Rockingham. They're bringing Rockingham back, so that's going to be cool too. But go back to your roots, NASCAR. And then I seen on Facebook, I don't know if you've seen it, Nick, or not, but NASCAR may be for sale?
Yes, they're trying to sell it to some foreign group.
Elon Musk, where you at?
He's busy.
Yeah.
Elon Musk is busy right now.
He's busy
Well,
finding
we do
all
not
the
want
crooks.
Teslas in NASCAR.
Nah, he won't put Tesla in NASCAR, no.
That's what I said. The first time I don't hear a car going down the track is the last time I watch a car going down the track.
Yeah.
All right, Nick, I'm going to pose this question to you. With all this rain and all this weather that's going on, I don't think we should start racing until the end of April, beginning of May, because you know what's going to happen. The weather's always terrible at the beginning of the year. What do you think?
Oh yeah, it's gonna affect the tracks. So track preparation is going to be key. And it always amazed me how Central PA with the sprint cars started out when there's still ice on the ground, but they got the shows in. But around us with the two Jersey tracks, I think the weather's going to affect the tracks. And it's going to be about track preparation. I know with Ricky, he's really good with the tracks, but sometimes it can't be.
PA tracks, the ground's probably solid as a rock, so that's probably how they get away with it.
I remember
Little
being at
colder out
Nazareth,
there,
and it's
right?
been like minus 100 up
Yeah,
there.
and
it's
then
like, holy
New
crap.
Jersey, it gets soggy, and Mark's got his work cut out for him. And we're going to have Mark on our show. Mark's preparing the track at New Egypt, and they're going to have their work cut out for them. Even Bridgeport, even with their drainage, they fixed their drainage. Get Doug on here and talk to him right before the season starts. So, yeah, it's going to be tough. I was always one for it because the weather stinks in March and the beginning of April. I was always middle of April. Start middle of April, maybe the 1st of May, and then try and run right through October. I know there's big races at the end of the year, but a lot of the local guys don't go to them big races. Give them a chance to win some big money, have some big shows, end the points where you want to end them, but have some big shows at the end of the year. Have a big paying vintage race
There you go.
at the end of the year. You know what I mean? And
Big pain. Oh, you
and
gotta,
we can get all the vintage guys
You just
out.
get paid for showing.
I know, a new guy will just, pay him for just showing up. He would love to do that.
Yeah, because I'm not planning on winning anything, so.
Well, so the vintage stuff, it's all an exhibition anyway.
Yeah,
So
I know.
Yeah, but we're going to have some fun with the vintage class this year. You'll see.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You'll see. We're
We
going to
got
have
some-
we're
we
going
got
to have
some
a
plans.
blast with that, and we appreciate you taking Fred under your wing there, Nick.
Yeah.
And showing him the right way to do it, and we'll definitely be having some fun with that.
And,
Getting back to the opening dates, I think the perfect opening date is May 10th.
There you go.
But right on. I'll be there.
Well, and I think we're not going to have to try and get that to happen. I think Mother Nature's going to let that, because every year it's the same thing. March, can't run. End of March, can't run. And then April, you get the showers, and every year it's the same thing. They try, but they can't get the equipment out on the track, and then right away the internet starts, well, why can't you do this? Why? If you think you can do it better, you're more than welcome to come and help.
Last year I took my grandson to maybe the first race, and it was the third week in April or something, and it was frigid out, and he did not enjoy himself. So I was like, maybe I'll wait till another time, because I want him to get involved in racing,
Yep.
at least watching.
If you're worried about getting
And,
fans,
he
wait.
was not impressed last year because it was cold, and I don't blame him.
Yeah, I mean, they got to the point where they had to call it early because people were coming from far away, and you got to do that. It's a business first now, and people need to realize that it's a business. You got to turn the lights on. You got to pay the employees, and people are traveling from far away. Your fuel, the price of fuel now. You can't just let them come there and drive all that way and turn them away. So you got to try and turn them away before they travel. So, but. I think Chris has got a plan. I think they're going to be in good shape at both tracks. Talking to Doug at the show, and like you said, Pennsylvania is a whole different ball game. I think the ground gets really hard there, and they got a better chance. But it is what it is, and we'll do what we got to do. And I'm looking forward to 2025. It's going to be a great year for racing, and it starts next week in Trenton.
Yep, I hear you. So with Warren last night, he was talking about seatbelts. With the expiration date on it, and sometimes it's a little bit more than 2 years. And
Right.
a good example of that, the belts that I have, I bought them in January of 23, and they're good until June of 25, but yet I only had the car out once with those belts.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Okay.
I'll call Simpson, to see if I can send them back to Simpson to have them recertified.
Yeah.
I know with the Hans devices, the Hans could be recertified. I have next gen, and I sent mine back last year to have it recertified, but with belts that are brand new that are going to expire in June, I'm hoping that Simpson can just recertify.
Yeah, you would
them.
think if you haven't used them and they're not stretched, they weren't involved in an accident or something. There should be some
that's
kind
what I
of
was saying. I got
some
these,
kind of thing they'll
I
let
got
you
these
slide
brand new
on.
belts that expire in 27. I'm only going to have maybe 10 or 12 races or runs on them. Not even races, runs on them. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to be throwing away brand
I
new
think
belts.
vintage cars should be exempt from that because you don't run. You not unless you get in a bad crash.
Yeah.
But other than that, I don't know. There's got to be some kind of waiver or some kind of exempt form that you should have.
You know, that's a good point. If we talk to Chris about that and show him the belts, I mean, mine look brand new.
Yeah.
And
exactly.
You know, so. But I think too that when I get the car teched at both tracks and they see the belts, I think they'll be good for the year. I don't think they're going to.
Oh, I don't think they'll give you a problem, Nick. I think Glenn. Somebody called last night and said that they let him go for the rest of the year.
Yeah.
Means it was the middle of the year that it was at. But if he would have gotten a bad wreck, like Warren said, then it would have been different story. So, no, I think you'll be okay.
Yeah.
Yep. I hope so.
So, yeah.
Anyway, great show last night, guys, and very entertaining today. Earl's just a
He's the master.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he is the master.
All right, now we're going to give you a heads up, Nick. We may be in the studio Saturday
Saturday at 9.
Donuts and coffee, okay? If you're coming to the studio to be with us, donuts and coffee, okay?
Coffee is for closers. Remember that.
I'll take the coffee.
All right, coffee, garage beer, okay?
Yeah, we'll have a case of garage beer over there.
All right.
But it's a breakfast beer as well. But
All right,
It is
so,
now.
but I'm trying to lay off the donuts because I still need to fit in my car.
Oh,
come
stop
May 10th.
it.
Unless it's pork roll, egg, and cheese, then I'm back in.
Well, there you go. That's even better. Pork roll, egg, and cheese, Nick.
We'll have the Weight Watchers 200 will be
That is the
run next
common-
year.
That's right.
Yeah.
The common
Ozempic
theme of Need for
200
Speed is
there.
pork roll.
Jim, Ozempic 200.
Yeah, you got it. Beautiful sponsorship.
There you
Beautiful.
go.
All right.
All right, Nick.
All right, thanks, Nick.
we
And
make it on
maybe
Saturday.
we'll see you Saturday, bro.
All right. We got Nick 1 and 2.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
All right.
All righty.
Wow. How about that?
That went fast,
How
didn't
much
it?
damage will we do here?
It's immeasurable. It's immeasurable. It was
Oh, it's supposed to be
like
fun.
Armageddon of racing.
You never know. Just never know. Things are crazy. Just
Always fun with Foxwell, ladies and
I'm
Yeah.
telling
gentlemen.
you, fun with Foxy.
Now I'm going to stay here and play country music with
There
Foxwell.
you go. I got to go back to work.
That's a shame.
Turn some wrenches.
Not
I know.
me and Foxwell's going to play some oldies.
Man.
Garth Brooks, Jim. Play some Garth Brooks.
Garth
God
Brooks.
damn it.
Garth
Old,
Brooks, St.
old
Ives.
Garth Brooks.
Yeah.
Old.
Yeah, he has been around a little while. Anyway, so we've got the hour of power here under the hood, and then we got the Need for Speed and also the Wide Open Wednesdays.
As always.
Things are
Alrighty,
looking
we shall
good.
be around
Did you hear me
for
call
next
you a
week.
Beach Boy last night?
Yeah.
And next week's going to be really good because it'll be just before the Trenton race, so we'll
Yeah.
have a lot more information to give.
Little drama might happen. Who knows?
Who knows?
Yeah,
All right,
upset
now.
winner or something like
Bring the
that.
pork roll in.
What's that?
I know when you played college ball, they had cards of you when you played.
Yeah.
I want one.
You want one?
I want one autograph.
I think I have one.
Rookie card.
Yeah.
I want one autograph, Jim.
I had one when I was
collect that stuff.
All right. I got one when I'm 19.
I want one.
Yeah. All right.
And you looked like a Beach Boy, didn't you?
Yeah.
See? Have fun till our daddy takes the T-Bird away.
That's right. And turns it over to Fred to fix.
Yeah,
That's-
I'll keep
That's
it
the
going.
sequel.
Exactly.
Hey,
Alrighty.
thanks a lot for listening here. 1490 on the AM 107.3 FM.
Hell yeah, and I'll see you over at Fletcher's Garage.